Hello, my name is Ashley Anderson, and thank you for taking time to listen to my story of why I became so passionate about Mary Kay and how I got started. You see, as a young woman and new wife, it was my dream to build a family and birth children until I discovered after multiple attempts of trying for 8 years, that dream was never going to happen. I'm not sure if that was God's design for my life or if I was exposed to something harmful while on my first deployment to Iraq in 2005 while I was serving in the Army. We had researched for other options like fostering to adopt, adopting through an agency, and private adoptions for a couple of years. But because our lives were not on that normal career path, my husband traveled outside the state and the country, and I was transitioning from full time active duty military to part time military. We really didn't fit that mold for those adoption options, if you know what I mean. A couple months, though, after my husband finding a stable job, he came home to explain to me that his single 19-year-old unmarried coworker is 4 months pregnant and wants to give her baby up for adoption. Although the 19-year-old felt that it was the biggest mistake in her life, I knew when he shared this with me, it was a miracle in the making in mine. I was ecstatic. I knew God had his hand in this situation. But there was one gigantic mountain in the way, and that was how can we afford to pay for our miracle baby? Let's just put it this way: private adoptions, they're not cheap, if you know what I mean. So here is my dream to adopt this baby. I can see myself living as a wonderful family and being a mom for the very first time. But all these questions just kept taking over. And I'm asking myself, and how am I going to make this happen? I mean, we're living paycheck to paycheck, and there is more month than money, if you know what I mean. Expenses, they're popping up left and right. I mean, how am I going to be able to pay for the attorney, the medical expenses, social worker, and everything else that will pop up included in this private adoption? All of the other adoption options, those doors were closed. And this seemed to be the only open door for us. So I was thinking, what if I just got a second job? Wait a minute. What if I could borrow some money from the bank? Ugh. What about borrow some money from our family? Yeah, right. Everybody trying to borrow some money from their families? Yeah, I know. Okay. So I was praying and I was asking God for some help. In my moments of doubt and despair, I was asking him, just show me a way. Give me a sign, throw it in front of my face, let me trip over anything, right? Thankfully, I got my answer quickly. Whether it was my divine inspiration or desperation, it made me think deeper. I remembered those two beautiful words that I had been put on the back burner: Mary Kay. Actually, Mary Kay in pink. Just so happened 2 years prior, I was introduced into Mary Kay. I knew this was the opportunity that would make my dreams come true. When I made my transition from active duty to National Guard, I was introduced to Mary Kay. I loved the results from the products, how it made me feel, a newfound confidence in my skin, and of course, the discount, right? I remember my recruiter told me about earning 50% on the sales and the choice to team build for an additional stream of income. But if you asked anyone who knew me, they would have said Ashley was the last person I expected to become a beauty advisor with Mary Kay. Okay, So here it is. I was active duty for 8 years, and my beauty regimen consisted of washing my face with leftover shampoo, and my hair was in a slick back bun. Anybody else out there can relate? Hello? All right. So being a Mary Kay beauty advisor was way outside my comfort zone. I could spell Mary Kay, but I didn't really know what to do from there. All right. So I called the lady who asked me to join Mary Kay, and I asked her, "Hey, would you help me figure out this Mary Kay thing so I can pay for a baby?" Of course, she laughed first, but her response, joy and excitement. And she was completely on board and said, "Ashley, together we're going to make this happen because I believe in you." After that conversation, all my fears of the unknown, like the discomfort, the little knowledge of the product and company, they were quickly outweighed by determination, desperation, and faith to make enough money to put a down payment on the adoption of our miracle baby. I mean, I had the support of my recruiter. I had the belief it was really going to happen, an amazing and wonderful product line that I believed in, incredible training, and of course, a really big why. Okay, so over the next 5 months, while that baby was growing, my business was also growing. While I was waiting for my son to be born, I was also birthing an amazing career with Mary Kay. I was building a customer base who loved their products, and I was adding team members who enjoyed making some extra cash. My confidence in leading women to healthy skincare was also building their self esteem to make them feel alive again. The opportunity to lead and train women in a feminine platform was way more welcoming and fun than leading and training in a military platform. Do you know what I'm saying? It really was. It made me feel so good to serve these women, like seeing them smile and touch their faces with joy and satisfaction. I really knew in my heart that God had gifted me a talent of servanthood. The belief that my dream would come true continued to grow each day, but not in the sales and the team, even though that was good, but also my belief in Mary Kay, not in the products, but the community of support that Mary Kay had offered. They really were like my sisters in arms, just walking alongside of me, cheering me on. It felt good to have people like minded to support you. Well, the big day arrived. October 30th, 2013. Cody Lane was born. And because of Mary Kay, I was able to take him in my arms and hold this little human that I had dreamed of. I was kissing his little head, and I was able to start the family that I deeply, deeply longed for. On the drive home, I just kept saying to myself, "Thank you, Mary Kay. Thank you, Mary Kay." You know, my friend, the truth is Mary Kay far exceeded anything I imagined. It went way beyond of helping me achieve my lifelong dream of starting a family. It allowed me to not only accomplish a lifelong goal and build my confidence, but it was a hidden diamond that opened doors to multiple streams of income, that gave me freedom of choice and flexibility. It was the opportunity that found me and brought personal growth in all areas of my life, plus the ability to work from home so I can care for my son and now be the wife and bonus mom to our blended family. Mary Kay was that step of faith that helped me prioritize faith first, family second, and career third. And it continues to pay big dividends because my belief is consistently growing stronger. So at the end of the day, I help wealth minded women who feel stuck in this status quo create financial and time freedom so they can achieve the personal goals and lifestyle success they deserve. And I do this with the market leading products, the business opportunity, and the support community of Mary Kay. So, no matter where you're at in this season of life, you always have a home with Mary Kay. So, my friend, we would love for you to join our family and let us help you create the dream that you deserve. Thank you for listening. If you have questions, please reach out.